Every day, billions of people around the world spend hours on their phones. They have almost become an extension of the human body. And while they serve many useful purposes, over the years, they have been the cause of some horror stories. Sometimes a number will be dialed that should never be called, or a very eerie occurrence happens when photos appear on people's phones that were never taken by the owner and have no reason for being there. Here are 5 terrifying cell phone horror stories and creepy urban legends. This video is brought to you by Amino Apps, a mobile network of communities for every interest on the planet, a hub for like-minded people to get together and express themselves. With the already vast amount of topics, you're sure to find something to suit. Join groups that interest you, read all about your favourite subjects, or even create your own community. It's become one of my personal favourite networks for research and inspiration, and I enjoy reading about people's personal creepy experiences, discovering new conspiracy theories, and learning more on cryptids and urban legends. But my all-time favourite community is the paranormal. It's my go-to for catching up on the latest ghost photo or story, or looking for inspiration for a top 5s video. It also has a few other great features within Amino topics, such as public chat rooms and the ability to participate in quizzes. I can't stress enough how much I think you guys will love Amino Apps, because it encompasses everything we cover here on Top 5s, and loads more. For that reason, we've decided to hold a Q&A over on Amino Apps to really give you all something special, where you can ask me anything, and I'll reply to some of your questions. So don't forget to take part in the Q&A by clicking the link in the description or pinned YouTube comment on this video to download Amino for free on iOS or Android. Once you're on Amino, search Paranormal to join, and you will see the Q&A. Now it's time to hit those lights, sit back, and enjoy. Momo the WhatsApp Girl. Momo the WhatsApp Girl seemed to have originated from a strange sculpture that was displayed at the Vanilla Gallery in Japan in 2016. The gallery is dedicated to showcasing some of the most bizarre sculptures created by independent artists from the country. And this particular one was called Guai Bird, which means monster lore in China. It features a grotesque female face with half a body and legs of a bird, and to be honest, is pretty unnerving to look at, especially if you're alone at night. But this is just the beginning of the story. The image appeared on an Instagram account called Nanaku, and people were curious about its origins. Nanaku did state that she was not the artist, and its true creator was a Japanese special effects company called Link Factory. The image created a bit of a stir, and started to appear on other Instagram accounts. Shortly after Momo's appearance online, a series of phone numbers were posted on Facebook that could be added to WhatsApp as a way of contacting Momo. This is when things started to get creepy. Although the majority of people who tried to message Momo got no response, there were a few who received back some disturbing messages. It seemed that if you did get a response from Momo, she will already know who you are and everything about you, and can sometimes be offensive in her replies. The most popular number for her is 526-681-734-379. But we strongly advise you do not try to make contact, and if you do, then we cannot be held responsible for any graphic imagery or obscene messages Momo will send back. Momo the urban legend has been around for 2 years, but only surfaced on Reddit and 4chan in the last few weeks. And as more people continue to message her, it seems she's not going anywhere anytime soon. No Corner IDE. The Top 5's website is a place not just for articles, but where anyone can submit their personal paranormal or creepy stories. And if they are suitable, they get posted to the site for discussion and shared experiences. This next real incident is one such story, and the poster sounded pretty desperate to find out what was going on. This is what they said. The person or people who call me consists of a small child or woman, screaming inaudibly, "Hi, I love you, ah," and a man who is just grunting, and a dog barking in the background. The first call was just silence, the second with the dog, woman or child, and the third with all 3. Has anyone else experienced this sort of thing, or knows what to do? I cannot block the number or anything, because Apple doesn't seem to offer that option. It's extremely creepy and makes me uneasy. This is not a joke. Please do not treat as one. Only serious responses. Thank you. He goes on to add some additional comments, explaining that he has an iPhone 7 Plus with AT&T, and that he contacted AT&T and they just recommended not to answer. He also adds that he serves in the United States Navy and has received these calls in October of 2017 whilst on base, and that the calls started at 10 PM and ended at 11 PM. What was puzzling is the phone is not used for any work-related calls and is a brand new number that has not been previously used. He ends the post by saying, once again, that this is not a joke, fiction, or something I just came up with. Feel free to leave comments, but only legitimate answers or stories from people who have experienced something similar. Thank you. I really do not think this person is lying, but what do you think is going on? And have you had any similar creepy calls like this? Mysterious photo ends up on phone. This next real story was sent to me by Michael, and it was his parents, in particular his dad, who experienced it. And if this happened to me, then I would be freaked out. Michael's dad was on a vacation in Dublin, Ireland, staying in a hotel, and one day he left his phone in the hotel room for the entire day. When he got back to his room, he noticed his phone had moved and was in the corner of the room. He figured that the maid or room service must have put it there, and thought nothing of it. Later that night, when he was flipping through his photos, he noticed a weird photo taken on his phone. It was the only photo taken during the day he had left his phone in the hotel room, and was a picture of two people he had never seen before in his life. If you study the image, it appears to be dark and taken in a possible doorway. The woman appears to be distressed, according to Michael, and the man looks ominous. To this day, Michael's parents have no idea who was in the photo, who took it, why they took it, or whether there was anything sinister going on. Take a good look at it, and let me know what you think, or whether you recognise either of the people in the shot. 630-296-7536. If you're brave enough to call it, although I advise you not to, this is what may happen. The call will be answered by an organisation called Booth World Industries, a company who specialises in remodelling. All this sounds legitimate until you realise the remodelling is not about construction, design, or anything else you would typically associate with the term, but rather the remodelling of a person's life and death. The initial contact will lead you to two possible scenarios. A recorded message that goes something like this. You have reached Booth World Industries. Your number has been logged and traced. A service representative will be with you shortly. We at Booth World Industries say thanks. You have a marvellous day. An answer message tone is then heard, inviting the caller to leave a message. If you are wise, you won't leave a message and will hang up, and that will be the end of it. Or so you would think. Until a few hours later, you may get a call back from an anonymous number. If you don't answer, then this slightly unnerving automated message will be left on your answer phone. You attempted to contact Booth World Industries. We have your information on file and would like to speak to you about scheduling your remodelling session. We strongly recommend you return our call at your earliest convenience, and thank you for your interest in our remodelling service and hope you have a marvellous day. Or if you do answer, you may be greeted by the live voice of a slightly robotic but polite female representative, who will ask you for your full name. At this point, most callers will give a false name. However, it's said that this is a mistake, as the representative will know and calmly call you out for providing false information. If you hang up, they will call you back. They are intent on scheduling a remodelling appointment. In one particularly chilling case, a caller supposedly gave the name of an ex-girlfriend as a joke, and strangely the representative accepted this and carried on scheduling an appointment. Thinking it was just a bizarre marketing stunt, the man soon forgot about the call and the appointment. Then on the scheduled day, his phone rang, and after he answered it, he recognised the voice of the Booth World representative. He also heard in the background the voice of his ex-girlfriend. She was screaming. Then he heard a choking sound, and then silence. The next voice on the line was a man who explained that the scheduled remodelling on his ex-girlfriend had been carried out as per his request. It was at this point that he realised he had unwittingly called out a hit on his ex. This is just one of the many experiences people have had after calling the number. McStay family memorial photo appears on someone's phone. Imagine you are uploading some photos from your phone when you come across a photo that you are sure you didn't take. When you look closely, you realise it's someone's grave, but whose you have no idea. You post it to Reddit to try and get some answers, and discover that it is in fact the memorial of a murder victim. Well, that is exactly what happened in our next real story. Reddit user Southern Girl 9221 posted this on the No Sleep forum a few years ago. A creepy picture showed up on my phone that I did not take, though it says I did. WTF is this? She explained that her phone is attached to her at all times, and it was not possible that anyone else could have used it to take the photo. She also questioned what the white, misty fog was on the far right of the shot. She provided a screenshot of the details of her phone for added credibility and to aid the research. As usual, the detectives of Reddit went into overdrive and unearthed some pretty disturbing things. Most agreed it was a memorial cross, similar to those you see on the side of the road when someone has lost their life in a traffic accident. Although some noted that in the foreground it looked like the rear of a vehicle, possibly a pickup truck, that had pulled up alongside a roadside memorial. It was then realised the cross was very similar to the McStay family memorial site, a tragic case of a family found murdered in the desert near Victorville, California on November the 13th, 2013, after they disappeared from their home in Fallbrook on February the 4th, 2010. The case generated a ton of publicity and featured on many TV channels. On November the 7th, 2014, police announced that they had arrested Charles Merritt, Joseph McStay's business partner, and intended to charge him with the murders. The trial is currently in progress. If you compare the McStay memorial site with the photo found on the phone, it's definitely the same place. The question is, how did it get there? The memorial site is in California, and SG lives in Arkansas, and hasn't visited California for many months. Some speculated the photo had been taken accidentally, probably capturing a feature in a magazine or newspaper about the McStay case, and the white fog was the shine of the paper. But SG disregarded this after she searched through the magazines she had in her house, and could find no mention of the family. Others thought they could see a human face and a small figure throwing something, possibly a ball, and one of the more bizarre explanations was that it was a photo taken in the future, possibly showing the poster's memorial cross. To date, there is still no explanation as to how the photo ended up on her phone without her knowledge, and after researching, it seems random photos ending up on people's phones is an all too common occurrence. Let us know if this has ever happened to you, and what the photo or photos were of. So that's 5 terrifying cell phone horror stories and urban legends, more than enough to keep you up at night. I hope you've enjoyed this creepy video and are excited for October, because we are going to be doing a ton of these. And thank you again to Amino Apps for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to join my Q&A by clicking on the link in the description or the pinned comment on this video. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.